Tonight, I'm flying to Aloha from Honolulu Airport in Hawaii. Tonight, I am flying on the Hawaiian A330 over to the mainland to Los Angeles. This is going to be an overnight flight, and I really wanted to get a lie flat bed, but didn't really fancy paying over $1,000 for it. But Hawaiian allows you to put a bid, so I did quite reasonable, just over $500. And the system said it's medium, so I was really hoping for it. But when I was checking the seat map 5 days ago, it was already sold out, so I don't think anyone got a free upgrade or a paid upgrade, to be honest. This flight is also going to be an economy. I really hope I will be able to sleep at least a few hours. I haven't really had much sleep over the last couple of days, so I'm through security. Let's walk over to the gate and check this flight out. My flight tonight was leaving from the new concourse, which was opened in August 2021 and offers a much brighter, more spacious area than the old part of the airport. I have flown from both the old and the new side, and I definitely prefer the new one. My ride over to California tonight was this 9-year-old Airbus A330-200. Her name, Mele Mele, means yellow, which happens to be the official color of Oahu. She was delivered brand new to Hawaiian in 2014. There was a second back screening during boarding, which I have not had before. This added some extra time to the process, but still everyone got on board in time for an on-time departure. I think this was to do with any food in the bags, as my phone and the camera did not need to go through the scanner. The seats are in the usual 242 configuration in economy, my home for the next around 5.5 hours, seat 40A. I have had hundreds of flights before, but so far Hawaiian stands out to me for the best boarding experience when it comes to the music and the atmosphere. There's a video playing on the back of the screens while the music is coming from the speakers. And maybe it is just all the tourists coming to the airport directly from the beach, but the whole aircraft smells like sunscreen as you board, and I absolutely loved it. I have flown on Hawaiian before, and it has always been the case. Either way, deliberate or just a coincidence, I loved it, and it was a very good start of the journey. The safety video is equally great. It features some of the most stunning landscapes in Hawaii. I'll put a link for the whole video in the description if you want to check it out. My journey tonight took me across the second half of the Pacific Ocean from Hawaii to Los Angeles. The flight covered just over 2,500 miles and took 5 hours and 20 minutes. When it comes to the seats, there's plenty of legroom, and because there are only 8 seats in a row, the seat width is also great. They also recline, and there is an adjustable headrest. You have a tray table, also adjustable, a USB port and a headphone jack. You can either bring your own or buy a pair on board. There is no AC power outlet, however. For that, you need to pay extra and sit in the extra comfort row at the front of the economy cabin. The screens are fixed in place and cannot be tilted or adjusted. They are not particularly big or sharp or responsive, but do the job. There are plenty of movies, shows, games and a moving map to keep you busy. Finally, there is no individual air vent, but the crew kept the temperature just right, well, for me at least, so no issues there. I was looking forward for dinner service. Catering was always great on Hawaiian before, but as it turned out, this was not my lucky day. Service started and sadly finished with this drink. Really not sure what happened, but more on this a bit later. The washroom, on the other hand, was spotless clean and well stocked during the whole flight. 5 stars there. I was still a bit tired from the night before because of the lack of sleep on the Zip Air flight. I was hoping for a few hours sleep on this one, but for the second night in a row, a crying baby had other plans. While this flight lacked the in-flight service for some reason, the positive aspects, it made it excellent value for money. At just £148, or about $187, which translates to only 6 pence per mile, making it the second cheapest flight of this trip. I really couldn't complain. The friendly crew, comfortable seats, good entertainment, well, sort of, and timely departure arrival made the experience enjoyable despite the crying baby. Plus, with Hawaiian, you also earn some miles. I would be happy to fly with them again in the future, and I'm sure I will. After getting out of LAX, I took a shuttle to the rental car center and picked up a small, modest car for the day. I am a little bit disappointed, not gonna lie, about the lack of service on the Hawaiian Airlines. I flew them before twice actually, and on both occasions there was full service. There was a hot meal served after takeoff, and there was like a small snack before landing. And one of the flights that I've taken before was actually exactly the same as this one, AJ4. So I'm not really sure what happened, especially that right after the safety video, it was in another recorded message, but they were saying that they are proud of the Hawaiian heritage, including in the meals that they serve complimentary for every passenger.
We proudly serve complimentary drinks and meals inspired by our island home.
So God knows. Anyway, as I was not served food and I have not eaten since yesterday, I need to get some breakfast. So it's 7:22, nothing is really open in terms of what I want to do today. So let's go get some breakfast and catch up with you later. I said in the previous episode that I'm a huge fan of Denny's. They have good breakfast and it's also reasonably priced, so I popped into one on the way. Downtown LA isn't exactly my cup of tea, so I decided to skip it. I drove up to the Bel Air area, as I had never been there before driving to one of the most famous landmarks of the city. It is a backdrop of almost every movie set in LA, Griffith Observatory. It usually gets very busy pretty much right from opening, so if you want to avoid a potential hike to find parking, arriving early is your best bet. The view is incredible, showcasing the Hollywood sign, the cityscape of downtown LA, and all the way down to the Pacific Ocean. The view gets even better at sunset. I recommend visiting both during the day and later on when the sun goes down. I quite enjoyed today. It was good fun. But again, it's time. I need to go to the airport because tonight I'm flying